Here. You hit live? Oh, we're live. We're live. All right, boys and girls. All right, welcome to 2 Minutes of Football. We're having some tough technical difficulties, so we apologize for our first episode of the season. We're going to talk a little college football. We're also going to do a preview of the regular season, talk about what we think about some of the conference champions and also some of the big games that are going to be going on this coming weekend, and kind of do a. Can you stop? Thank you. Anyway, I do want to thank our sponsors. We're actually here at Todaro Pizza in downtown Greenville, 116 North Marclay Street.
Awesome pizza. Call us.
Amazing pizza. We're going to be here every Monday night at 6 o'clock for the show, so you're more than welcome to come on down. Heckle us, give us some of your insights or whatever it may be. And then also want to thank Chris Pryor, Service Realty, 864-380-0525, and Plumbing and Pink, Rusty and Lynn Greer, 864-735-7014. And the phone number to Daro's Pizza, they don't deliver. If you do want delivery, it's through Bite Squad, but if you can pick it up, the number here is 864-603-3500. So I want to welcome all these guys who are here. And I've got to my left, Brian Kelly, to my right, immediate right, Lee Mason, and to my far right is Brandon Brady Fitzpatrick.
Rocks out 2.8 size and my fucking, my size and my employee rating.
Real quick, big shout out to the Finns fans of the Upstate, all the Dolphins fans tuned in today. Hope you have a great podcast with Chris and Lee and Brandon. Also, my dad turned 65 on Sunday, so hey, Steve Kelly, shout out to you. Get home, buddy.
Let's go, Bills.
You can tell this is going to be one interesting show, guys. This is one for the ages. This is definitely one for the ages. Oh, Lord have mercy. What have we gotten ourselves into? Usually, it's called 2 Minutes of Football because there's usually two of us and we have some special guests. So, Ryan is our special guest. All we need is a Patriots fan to fill out the AFC East here. Not it's not this guy. All right. Someone take that phone away from him. When you do that, we have Kenny Medina. Hey, Kenny, if you're listening, come on. He's just Kenny likes it. Hey, Kenny. Get us all four: Pats, Bills, Jets, Dolphins. Let's go, son.
Let's do it. I declare war on the AFC East right here. My division.
King.
We'll get into it.
All right. So we're going to get into some college football real quick, and then we'll roll into the NFL. We had some good games this weekend. The biggest one was prime time Deion Sanders head coaching debut.
Hit the button right there.
Colorado Buffaloes, as they only won one game last year. They replaced 86 players on their roster coming into this season. And they were able to take out the TCU Horned Frogs, who were in the college football.
Time,
baby,
I think the question is, do you follow him or disregard him still? And you know what?
Listen,
He had a plan, and he's unranked, and he beat a ranked team.
I agree. Listen,
One game.
and let's talk about this. First of all, his son is a number 4 star, right? Only reason he went to obviously Jackson State was because of his dad. He was recruited by Oklahoma, Miami, Michigan, all these different schools. So it's no surprise there. And then you had Travis Hunter, who was playing both sides. playing wide receiver and quarterback, who played in 126 plays. And he was the #1 recruit in his class in the nation. Committed to Florida State, then decommitted because he wanted to play at Jackson State with Deion Sanders. So it's not like they have a bunch of scrubs that they're working with. They have a bunch of good players that they got through the transfer portal, and who also Deion last year recruited to Jackson State to Colorado. So it's not like a big surprise that this team is so good.
The surprise wasn't the fact that they had athletes of the skill positions, but what most people thought was that he wouldn't be able to build the trenches this fast to hang with the big boys.
The offensive line and the defense.
And to add to that, his mentality is just self-sustaining, right? Can he actually build a team with that kind of aggressiveness? And it looks as though after one game, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Didn't this kid throw for like 550 yards?
Yeah.
What are we talking about, bro?
506 to be exact, but who's counting?
But it is one game, but you know, if they do it 3 times in a row, then
So I think we're all like not on it. Like he came in with very intense players, and it was Deion. We all 4 of us loved him, right? Like we all grew up. We're all the same age. We all grew up. Deion. And so he brought intensiveness to Jackson State. But then he got to, like, we all know he wants to, like, coach Florida State at one time. But Florida State looks good now. So he's probably not going to give him a job. But now he has a pretty good college to coach at and have some sort of longevity.
the other
He
thing.
go into it with ferociousness and people like kind of a little bit tired of that.
Well, the other thing too is Texas and Oklahoma are going to be gone out of the Big 12. Colorado is going to be in the Big 12. If he is as legit as he looked this past weekend, I mean, there's no reason they couldn't win the Big 12 next year.
I agree.
And is he going to bring the Big 12 to predominance again? I mean, who knows? That's where he wants to go. We all know that. He wants to be the Dabo kind of, well, probably go back comparison, but like he wants to be that player coach that goes to predominance.
Yeah, well, I mean, also what he wants to do is find players he can help mold and send them to the NFL.
Sure, yeah.
Prime time, baby.
It's probably
Prime time. And he wants to make more prime time. I mean, you know, like,
He's the Kenny DeVito of college football.
All right, let's move on, because we got a lot of talk. Let's talk about last night.
oh,
And the thrashing that Florida State gave LSU. Who saw that coming? I don't think many people saw that coming.
I gotta say that Florida State is my Florida college team. I really love them. So, Shane, I'm sorry, baby. I know you're you, but I'm all FSU. Alright?
So Brian Kelly uses the old adage. No.
Oh,
The loser one.
hey, check, make sure we're not talking about me.
No, we're not
Oh,
talking.
Brian Kelly, who has the Cajun accent. Yeah.
Who quote I said, I thought we were. Good day, mate. My team was hot. Haven't we heard that before? And of course, like.
Hey, and by the way, as a Notre Dame fan, we don't miss you, Brian Kelly. Sorry. Get off.
Take offense to this.
Yeah.
Why do you take offense?
If you Google Brian Kelly,
And somebody else comes up.
I don't like that.
But he was a Notre Dame coach for like 10 years. And so, with all due respect, you're cool, he isn't.
I appreciate that.
Even though you're wearing we're in our jersey, so.
All right, let's talk about another game that was on Saturday. This day is Monday. Let's talk about North Carolina versus South Carolina.
You mean Carolina versus South Carolina?
Oh, here we go.
This
Here we
guy.
go. Anyway,
Who
North
did you watch
Carolina,
that
Matt
game?
Brown, and Derek May.
Drake.
Drake May.
Like it's Sir Drake.
I don't know.
Drake or Daddy Drake to you.
Beats, North Carolina beats South Carolina 31-17. It was close until it wasn't.
None of the teams had defense, but
Actually,
the better Carolina won, I guess, right?
Actually, I was surprised that our defense showed up. We had 9 sacks on Saturday. We had 17 the whole year last year. So it wasn't just the Drake May show. I mean, he threw 2 touchdowns, the receivers had a couple of deflections that turned into picks. Hopefully that'll get remedied when Tez Walker comes back, but I was pleased overall with the performance. And as he said, the proper Carolina.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about tonight's game. We've got the Clemson Tigers versus the Duke Blue Devils.
Spelled D-O-O-K.
Sure.
So, I'm a Notre Dame fan. I boo Tigers. I know that this is a Tiger barn, but I hope Duke wins.
Security, can we get him out of here, please?
Anyway,
But Clemson will win. I will win.
so the spread's 13.5.
Yeah, Clemson's gonna kill it.
West.
Clemson covers.
Clemson absolutely covers.
I looked at 3 o'clock this afternoon, it was 13.5. So I think, well, but North Carolina does have a great quarterback. And so, I mean, I think it'll be at least a. I think it'll be.
Why did you say North Carolina?
I meant to.
Their quarterback is decent. I wouldn't call him great, but yeah, he's decent.
I was distracted by the big man who was doing his little circle.
Well, he had those amazing 14-gauge earrings that I couldn't keep my eyes off.
Sponsored by Cesar's. He's a pizza maker. He's amazing. He's awesome.
And you can shoot an arrow through his ears. It's pretty cool. It's good stuff. Yeah. Come on down. If you toss a beanbag through his ears, there's probably a prize in it for him.
3 pizza.
Oh,
It is.
All right, moving on. Moving to the big boys.
Hey, big men playing football is what we are
Oh,
all about.
are we getting the real stuff?
Are we going to the NFL?
Let me.
Are we
Hey, viewers, y'all ready? We're about to buck one in. Y'all ready?
Hey, PK, are we getting the grown men play football?
This is real football. This is high school.
I love it.
Let's go.
All right. We're gonna start.
Say Jets. Say Jets.
We're gonna start in NFC West.
Oh, all right.
We're going backwards. We're going backwards.
We're gonna finish off with the AFC East.
Yes.
Yes,
Most
we are.
dominant division in football.
I think so.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Let's go, boys and girls.
All right. So let's talk about that. We've got the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Niners, and the Rams.
Seahawks.
All right. We'll start with you. Who do you like?
Who's gonna win the division?
Yes.
Is going to be the Niners and the Seahawks make playoffs.
So you're saying the Rams don't make?
And the Rams won't make the playoffs. No, absolutely.
Got
For what?
They're selling off the team. They've been selling off the team for the last few years. And yeah, just because they have Aaron Donald, I'm sorry. Like,
Hey.
Christian McCaffrey wins the division.
yeah.
Of those teams, does anything belong?
None of them do.
So you think that it's gonna come from the north and south a lot?
So you
No,
don't,
I think it's going to come from the east and the north.
so you don't think even the Seahawks make it?
I don't.
You don't? Is that a sham?
The Niners make it, nobody else in that division makes it.
But it was
The
so-
49ers, I think, I mean, come on. What they did last year, Brock Purdy. If Brock Purdy can maintain what he did last year, wasn't just a flash in the pan. For the team to beat. It's kind of hard to rule out the Seahawks after what they did. Can Geno Smith do that again? Remains to be seen. I'd like to see it happen, so 49ers get off.
Everyone is calling for the 49ers to go to the Super Bowl.
Well,
Why? Let's talk about it. With Brock Purdy, not Garoppolo.
Or Sam Darnold.
With Sam
Or Sam Darnold.
No.
Either one. They can go to the Super Bowl with either one.
With Sam Darnold.
Sure they can.
I mean, look, Sam Darnold unfortunately had to play for the Jets. And then the
And the address.
And he had no offensive line both times. So,
Oh, and Panthers.
yeah, he had no offensive line both times.
But no, it is Brock Purdy's team, and I mean, like, do we have enough sample size to gauge Brock
This is the
Purdy?
test year, right?
Yeah, it is period. But people are still calling, and I've heard Bills versus 49ers, Jets versus 49ers. Like, not talking, sorry. But other people versus 49ers on the NFC. So is Brock Purdy that good for people to still maintain 49ers as NFC champion?
That whole roster is so good.
It's
That's
really
why.
good.
That's
I'm not
why.
neglecting it. I'm just asking.
I mean, the Ravens won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer.
That's what, did you
The
see how?
Bucks won a Super Bowl with Brad Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, yeah.
But Brock Purdy actually just was a phoenix in a way last year, and he did really good. And
Maybe this year will be like Dark Phoenix.
and just
Just destroy everything.
Right. So fair enough.
All right, moving to the NFC. So
Moving on.
Does that answer your question, Chris?
that does answer.
Did we really drill down to it? Did we hit to the core of it?
I think we did.
Exactly. So 49ers, will make the
Win
playoffs.
that division. I think Seattle Seahawks will make the playoffs.
I do not think so. I actually think the Rams may have a chance.
Get them.
I said may have a chance.
All right.
All right, let's go to NFC South. Saints, Buccaneers, Falcons,
I
Panthers.
think only one team makes it out.
Yeah, and it's the Saints.
Yes.
I mean, they have to get their car now, right?
And Derek Carr, and they have Jamal Williams.
And they've got Michael Thomas and Chris
Michael Thomas
Olave.
and-
I'm no Derek Carr fan at all, but come on, man.
He's got some Drake.
This is what I'm gonna
They
say.
have a stacked
I want to
team.
pause here for a second. Come over here. Will you tell me why the Panthers are going to be the team to come
With a rookie quarterback.
I think they're the only team in the division that are making the playoffs.
Panthers?
Because I think Bryce Young at Alabama is better than Derek Carr. And now he's in the NFL.
I
And he's
don't
got a
like
really
Derek
good
Carr at all,
team.
but I disagree with that at all. Like, wholeheartedly.
Can we get some shots over here after Lee's comment, please?
Get the.
And our team is pretty loaded on defense.
Yes. All right, moving on. Everybody agrees except for Lee. Okay. We go to the NFC North. Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings. Oh my.
This is more interesting because I want the Lions, and I think they open up NFL, right? They open up the NFL schedule against the Super Bowl winning Chiefs. And I think predominantly we're all going to the Lions, right? But if you notice how good they're getting last year on Hard Knocks and how well they played against the Bills and a lot of the AFC, and then just in general last year, they have an opportunity to actually make the playoff and possibly win that division. Now, you saw quarterbacks, right? The Minnesota Vikings are awesome. They have Justin Jefferson, arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL.
He is the best.
Yeah, he is. I would say arguably because people are going to argue.
So I think,
But they don't have Thielen, they don't have Dalvin Cook.
Who's going to win the
Their
division? Who's gonna
defense
win
is
the
pretty
division?
bad.
Vikings.
The Lions.
You still think the Vikings? I think the Lions are actually going to.
Well, so I think either the Lions or Vikings will win it. They're both making.
Fair enough, yeah. I think the Lions would be a surprise winning division.
So, what I would like everyone to do, take a step back, take a deep breath. While I think Lions fans have a reason to be excited, do I think that they have a chance to make the playoffs? Yes. But until they prove otherwise, we can't bank on the Lions coming through.
I think that's
So
fair.
I'm gonna take the Vikings and the Packers to make the playoffs out of that division.
So the Vikings have now given up Dalvin Cook to the hungry Jets, and I like Kirk Cousins.
They gave up their running
They
game.
gave it up. So here's the thing. Well, shout out to my uncle Rich, my grandma up in Detroit. My uncle Ken, love you guys. Detroit is winning that division, coming away with it. Vikings are coming second. And that sucks for the everybody.
Yeah, I just,
Look,
Jordan Love needs to prove to us that he's the second coming of Favre, or third coming, by the way, third coming.
Well, they've had really-
Favre, Rodgers, and then Love.
They've had really good quarterbacks for 35 years, so I'm just gonna trust them until they prove otherwise. I'm not gonna trust the Lions until they prove
And by the
otherwise.
way, Jordan Love, with credit's due, I think he's leading check.
And then that's not, just 3 at home. Thank you.
That leading check, I thought,
We said shots after Lee's stupid comment.
I thought Louis was a moron.
Wait,
I thought Louis was a moron to get Jordan Love right there.
who's that?
The GM.
Brian Gutekunst?
That guy.
When he
So that needs its own
That production
segment.
meeting.
We have Brandon pronouncing names.
I say Korean check, and you say Korean cunts. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
not what I
Korean
said.
cunts.
Gutekunst.
Good and
Anyway, that guy for drafting Jordan Love behind Aaron Rodgers, when Aaron Rodgers just needed help, is a bold move. But if Jordan Love, if he looked great during yeah.
So I am still live. It, for whatever reason,
We don't need that.
the large wide screen is buffering at the moment.
Okay.
Once it comes out, so I'm still live here. We
And he
can,
says cutting what you guys were saying.
yeah, we're something went wrong there, so we got to figure out what's going on there.
But we're good here.
But we're good here. Yep, we're good here.
Although
Sorry.
it's just you.
And although it's just me entering the studio. There you go. Keep going. Here we go. Hold on.
That was 22 minutes ago.
Hold on. We're coming back in. We're gonna have the wide angled lens here. Back again.
Kathy said rock solid 10.
Rock solid 10. All right.
Yeah.
We're live. We're back.
We're back.
Kids, so that we're all back, so everyone can see all 4 of us.
All
There you
right, so
go.
a quick rundown. Just say the teams you have for the NFC.
As you know,
Hey, can you pass those down by the way?
Really quick.
oh, we have a little bit Jameson here.
Come on, you spit that terrible bastard.
Shut up.
You're with the language. Right.
We're not a family.
Yeah, but
We're
you're
a
too
podcast. Shut up.
Cheers, guys, to the Dolphins winning the
To
Super
the
Bowl.
bet. To the.
Cheers to the AFC East.
Oh, okay.
Cheers to the AFC.
Thank you, Hard Knocks.
Okay.
All right.
Really fast. You have
Really
Lions
fast.
and Vikings.
Hold on. He needs his ball.
He didn't know, guys.
Packers, Vikings.
So, quick timeout, guys. If you don't know, Brandon needs a backer for his Jameson, usually it's pickle juice or pineapple juice. Either way, vagina.
No.
But he can do it.
Uh-oh. All right.
I hope my grandma's not listening. Guys, you
And
can
if
share this to her, but that's what I said.
She's in Miami, you know.
She's Detroit.
Detroit, oh,
Lion, bro. Hey, seriously, my grandmother is the biggest Larry Bird fan. planet.
By the way, if you haven't watched the Lakers Larry Bird show on
Are we talking basketball?
by the way, great show on HBO, but it's
NFC East.
Moving on.
NFC East.
All right, Commanders, Giants, Cowboys, Eagles. Where's our Eagles fan? Did he leave?
Who's our Eagles fans? Yeah.
You go first.
You go. Let's go.
Giants are winning. Let's go Giants. Let's go. I'm all in on the Giants. I think Saquon Barkley's coming back from the bench. They're going to look amazing. Eagles will have a Super Bowl hangover. LOL at the LOL Cowboys and
Jersey Mike?
Commanders. Come on, let's stop. But hey, go Giants and winning the NFC East.
I think I concur. I think the Eagles are going to have a Super Bowl hangover. I think they're going to have a great year because they are a stacked bunch. However, I do think Bill Boyd, Brian Dable will get that a little in order. I think both of them are going to make the playoffs. The Giants and Eagles are going to make the playoffs. But I think the Giants will win that first.
So I only have 4 teams picked so far to make the playoffs. 7 now, right?
Correct.
7 these days. So I'm the one that, I don't have the Giants making it all because Daniel Jones is your quarterback. So I've got Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins, all making playoffs. No Giants making playoffs.
Okay, what a bold prediction, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I have the Eagles and the boys making the playoffs.
You have the Eagles and the boys.
Eagles, boys, Lions, Vikings, Saints, and 49ers and Rams, I said.
Oh, Rams. Yeah.
Those are my 7.
All right, well, what Daddy says goes.
But Daddy, let's go. I mean, so who'd you, can you remember what you said?
No. Let's start. So I went.
Let's start from you went 49ers.
49ers.
Okay.
The Lions are in. It's a lot.
2.
Okay.
The Saints are in.
Agreed. Vikings and Packers, Bears.
Vikings.
That's only 4. That's
4, and then 3 more.
No, that's it. So,
What about Eagles, Cowboys, Giants?
He said Giants.
Giants.
Eagles. Oh, Giants.
Giants win the division.
Giants get
No, we're picking the
Stop
division
picking
leader.
Jameson.
We're picking the
Giants
division
are getting into the Super Bowl. Or the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm sorry. Hey, boys and girls out there. I meant Super Bowl.
All right, who makes the playoffs out of the NFC?
You said Seahawks. and Niners.
Playoffs. Niners. Playoff. I think Niners, Seahawks, Lions,
Okay.
Giants, Saints.
Another team.
Eagles.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've got Niners, Panthers, Packers, Vikings, Redskins, Eagles, Cowboys.
All right, let's go to the AFC West. Let's go to the AFC West.
It's about to get real
It's
now.
about to get real.
Get real. All right. Let's do it. Tell all the things.
AFC East.
They're tuning in. Dude.
Let's start with the AFC West.
AFC West. I'm sorry.
Wait, we're going on the other coast.
All right.
Let's do it.
Raiders,
Easy.
Chargers, Chiefs, along.
Come on.
Chargers, Chiefs. The Chiefs win the. Oh, you know what? I actually don't think the Chiefs really win the division. I thought about this long hard. Chiefs do not win the division. The Chargers do. Chiefs will get hurt. I'm sorry, the Chiefs. And I respect that. Chiefs will not win the division. Who's gonna win the division then? The Chargers.
Stop it. Hey, Chiefs.
I mean, they got a squad.
They do have a squad.
They have a squad.
The Chiefs will get hurt.
The problem is the Chiefs have Jordan Herbert, and he's no Tua, and that's.
Justin.
Stop, don't do this, don't do this.
And the Chiefs don't have the Chargers.
Brian, I love you, don't do this.
It is,
Don't do this.
it is the Chargers who have Justin Herbert.
It must be.
Justin Herbert is so too much.
Who's way better than Tua?
Yes.
Way better.
However,
Justin Herbert is a rock solid 10 compared to Tua.
And he wears number 10. And his bank account for rock solid 10.
hey, y'all are my wife and his wife together are yours.
Well, they are.
Let's take a step back and focus on the AFC West.
All right.
Right. So I really, so let's just say because of longevity and tenure, the Chiefs making the playoff, I think, the Chargers win this year, the Chargers win the division, maybe the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs actually get hurt this year. I'm not hoping for it, I really am not. I respect Pat Mahomes, I really do, but I think for some reason the Chiefs get hurt. And maybe they make it in the playoffs, but the Chargers win the game. That's my guess.
I like the idea of the Chargers winning the division, but I don't have faith in the head coach. I do have faith in the players. I'm gonna go Chiefs, I'm gonna go Chargers. They both get it. I think it's close. I don't think the Chiefs run away with the division.
I think it's.
They both get it.
I get it, yeah, I agree. Chiefs, Chargers, moving to the AFC South.
And not the Ravens whatsoever.
Here's the thing, Chiefs are gonna win it. Jordan Herbert is, his
Okay.
And Broncos?
Yes.
No, he's saying.
Oh, he's saying that
what he listed all four.
Yeah. Right, let's go.
Yeah, Broncos are like the lowest. And I feel like the
Actually, I
Raiders.
think the Broncos are gonna do better than the Raiders.
I think they'll do better than the Raiders. Absolutely.
Actually, I don't.
The Raiders are absolute trash.
I think Russell Wilson can run in hell and he sucks as a quarterback. Sorry.
And his Super Bowl ring and contract says otherwise. So.
No, he sucks.
Anyway, moving to the AFC South. Jaguars, Texans, Colts, Titans.
Titans win the division.
So,
No, Jags. Jags win the division. Jags win the division because Trevor Lawrence is actually coming to age.
Trevor Lawrence is amazing.
He's coming to age.
Is that, are you going with just them in that division?
Actually, yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, no one else comes out of it.
yeah, I mean, the Jags are unbelievable, and what they've done with Trevor Lawrence, I mean, we knew coming out of college, Trevor Lawrence was gonna be amazing. Unfortunately, he got stuck with,
I need
a splatter shield.
I need a
Splatter in his hand.
can we get that?
Jesus.
Take his visor off.
Think of old school 90s, this is actually
Now I'm gonna get even. I need a poncho.
You get a splatter shield. All right, so just Jags out of the division, or do you think the Titans or anybody else again?
Take a step
So
back.
the Titans actually do make the playoffs.
It's a good thing that that's a cover.
All right, so one team out of that division, it's just the Jags. And I think that people need to finally realize something that I've been saying for a really long time. Trevor Lawrence is the greatest Clemson player or quarterback ever. He's significantly better than Deshaun ever has been, ever will be. End of story, stop it.
So,
Your thoughts?
I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know if you're right, but I never thought that. But I'm beginning to realize it. And he looks legit.
He is legit.
He is legit. I agree. 100%.
He's a proto.
Trust me, as much as I hate Clemson and anything that
I
comes out of
hate
it,
Clemson.
I think he is.
He
gonna be
probably
a
is
quarterback.
the only quarterback I actually, in my life of Clemson, that I actually kind of respect.
Do you have any other things to let me know?
Not for nothing.
All right.
I think maybe if there is the Titans,
Yeah, I don't think it's.
but we'll see about that. All right, NFC North. This is where I think it's really interesting.
I think it does. I think we'll all probably maybe say something different.
Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Bengals.
Bengals.
Okay, these.
All right,
Just one?
Just one.
Bengals.
Who gets that? And.
You don't like
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, what they're doing over there?
I mean, I feel like the Steelers are knocking on the door with the Ravens, like in their division, but the Bengals win their division. But I feel like, and we'll get to this obviously after. But no, the Bengals, but the next, 2-3 spots, I feel like the Giants or the Jets, Bills, and the Dolphins are the next spots.
The what? You say the what?
The Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins are the next 2 spots on that playoff round. Yeah. I feel like the Jets are a playoff.
We're not talking about that division.
But I feel like Cincinnati in that, like, that's the only team that.
Just one?
Yeah.
So what about Lamar Jackson and everything, all the amazing
I don't think they
things
make
he
it. I don't think
does?
they make it. I don't think it makes it. I think they do good, but not make it.
Well, I mean,
I guess the AFC East, they're gonna play the Dolphins, Bills, and Jets in the playoffs.
it's because Brandon still thinks the Bills are making the playoffs. But listen, Joe, the Bengals and, and the Steelers could sneak in, I think, that's fine.
All right, so, yeah, I'm going Bengals to win. I'm going Steelers to be the other team that gets
If you
in.
get it.
And that means the Ravens do not, because I don't think Lamar will make the whole season again.
I don't think Lamar's that, he's good, but he's not that good.
I've never been a Lamar guy.
No, never.
Ever. He's a
He's got-
Miami
he's got a
guy.
ton of talent,
he's
but
a
I-
Miami guy.
I just don't think he can stay healthy.
All right. So I think Bengals, Ravens,
Who makes the playoff out of that division?
Bengals, Ravens, and I think the Steelers have a shot.
Ravens don't make it.
All right, here we go. This is where it all
We
gets.
going to war?
This is where it is.
Listen to me, we're going to fucking.
How much juice we got
I
left?
don't know. 0.0. I said it was fine.
Oh my God, here we go, AFCs, baby.
Hey, the Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots.
Hey, Chris's ball just shrunk by about 45% of you.
There we go. Well, I got no worries.
The Jets are not making playoffs after all those moves.
That you're not making the playoffs.
All right. We go ahead and start it off.
Hey, the Dolphins have upgraded on every level and every position from last year. They're in Mike McDaniel's second year in his system. There's no way in hell.
I'm
Guys,
gonna say, you guys need to argue it out, not me, you guys need to argue it out.
Oh,
Not me.
don't even. Don't
Yes,
even. Don't
yes.
even. Oh, please.
Bradley Chubb, Christian Wilkins, listen, the Dolphins have made every upgrade.
All right, concussion.
There's no way in hell the Dolphins.
It's
can
like
step
Lamar
back.
Jackson.
And
It's
Jalen
just like
Ramsey's
Lamar
hurt.
Jackson.
Jalen
Jalen
Ramsey's
Ramsey's out. He's on the IR.
He's back in October.
Yeah, that's October.
We got Eli Apple.
Oh, it's
America, you see what we're dealing with here? You see the.
Do you know that Eli Apple went to Ohio State? That Eli Apple played for the
That's
Bengals.
what he-
Eli Apple played. He sucks. He's terrible. He's got burnt. He's got burnt everywhere he goes. This is why every team has signed him for 1 year just to plug a hole and has done nothing.
Interesting, what's your take on Dalvin Cook for a 1-year contract?
Right? I'll take it. You know, Brees Hall's gonna be up there soon.
By the way, it's not a bad move, it's not a bad, I'm not gonna say, it's not a bad move.
He's like,
South
I'm
Florida
not.
guy, it's a South Florida guy, you want to go
Everyone will
win.
hear the voice of reason here shortly.
All right, hang on, ready? Not only the Dolphins win the AFC East, you go to the Super Bowl. I'm just putting that there right now.
All right, one, there's no way the Dolphins make the Super Bowl. Flat out.
Did you
Not
hear
happening.
everybody, what he said? He's wearing a Jets jersey.
I'm just saying, it's not even that I hate that I got a problem with the Dolphins. I just don't think it's logical. I think it's irrational to even say that.
So,
Okay.
we're all contingent upon it, and I'm saying this, if Tua stays healthy,
Tua did not stay healthy last year and still made the playoffs and lost by a whopping 3 points with Skylar fucking Thompson to the almighty Buffalo Bills.
yeah, but if Tua stays healthy, they definitely make the playoffs.
Super Bowl.
Alright? Alright, no fucking negative. But the Bills will win that division, and I'm not being biased, but the Bills are way more dominant than the 2 and 3 team of that division. Way more dominant. But if you guys want to fight it out between little petty little bitches, alright, Dolphins are better. The Dolphins are better. The Dolphins are better.
Just
I think.
Is this podcast being recorded?
Oh,
Can we replay this?
Alyssa is yelling language.
Okay.
Language.
All right.
Can we replay
So
this?
no one's getting.
But
What do you think's gonna happen?
all 3 teams are making the playoffs.
So
All three.
Buffalo's not going to be as good as everyone thinks.
All 3
I think
teams.
Josh Allen is going to have a regression here.
I agree.
Oh, no way, every year.
No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm sorry. Stephon Diggs is pissed off.
No, he's not. Clickbait.
It's not
You want to
clickbait.
click?
It's not
You click it.
It's not clickbait.
No.
Great to you. Oh, Jim. Thank you.
Oh, I'm recording
Thank you,
that.
sir.
We,
It is
we're
recorded.
not talking-
Anyway, it's gonna be, listen, the Jets, the Buffalo Bills, and the Dolphins will make the playoffs
All
under these
three.
contingencies.
All three.
Under these contingencies. I think we just died. Yep, we died.
And we told you that
Oh.
it needed
All
batteries.
right. Well, we're still all here. We went long.
How many followers are we
Can you
actually
do it
have?
from that?
How
I'm
many
right here.
followers do we actually have?
But I can't get a wide angle. I mean, I can try. Hold on. Let me full screen. Hold on. Remove this. Hold on. There we go. Let's go full screen.
Sorry.
Squeeze in, boys.
It's all right. He can stand behind.
Yeah, stand behind us for the last
Okay.
10 minutes, if
All right.
that.
So before I give
Technical difficulties continue.
before I give the final analysis on that division, go back through the conference and figure out how many teams you guys have making the playoffs, because I'm pretty sure you're all at 8 and there's only 7.
So, I'm sorry, as a Buffalo listener, I'm gonna, all 3 make the playoffs, the Bills win that division.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So you've got 3 from the East.
You would also
All right,
suck
how
off
many
Josh
from the
Allen
South?
and give him the opportunity.
How many from the
Just the
south?
Jags.
Just Jags.
All right.
All right.
How many from
The North.
The North.
The Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals and
The Steelers
That's
could
it.
sneak
Yeah,
in.
Bengals. I said Bengals.
and then
No,
and
but
then,
no Ravens,
and
no
then two, and then
Steelers.
what?
I
And then
said the
2
Bengals.
from the West. Okay, that's how we did.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What about you?
I feel all 3.
The Bengals are getting in. I mean, that's the end of it. The Dolphins, the Bills missed a bold prediction, ladies and gentlemen. The Bills do not make the playoffs this year, and neither do the Jets. Throwing that out there right now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Brian Kelly will no longer be on this show after this episode. I'm just saying, because he's irrational, and he's only doing this for his whatever they're called.
You got it.
The
buddy.
Fin fans.
So I already have 5 teams
He's-
making. Already have 5 teams making the division before we get to the AFC East. So that means there can only be 2.
So who are the 2 that make it in from the AFC East?
The team that will win the division is the Buffalo Bills. The other team that gets in as probably the 6th or 7th team in the conference will be Aaron Rodgers. Now they won't make it to the AFC Championship and they won't make it to the Super Bowl, but I think they'll get in. I think there's enough talent at quarterback and a lot in the defense to get in. Now, the offensive line is a concern, and I kind of almost didn't pick them just because of my Lions thing earlier, is you've proved yourself to be shitty for so long that until you prove otherwise, it's hard to pick you. But because it's A-Rod,
Yeah,
I mean,
because
even though he's a
that comes
douchebag,
as
I'll
the
take him.
Dolphins.
I'll take
Yeah,
him.
he
to
made
get
the
in.
playoffs
Jets
last
and
year, so I
Dolphins.
totally see why you think he'd get in this year. That was good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you've heard it here first. Those are our picks from our guest, Brian Kelly, who you'll never see again for this episode this year. You've got Brandon Brady Fitzpatrick. You've got Lee Mason right here. Go away with that stupid thing. And I am Chris Smith. We are live from Tadaro's Pizza, downtown Greenville, 116 North Markley Street. We will be every Monday night at 6 p.m. And you may not see Brandon Brady Fitzpatrick after this episode with that stupid thing. But anyway, we'll have some special guests throughout the season. This is our first episode of the season. Want to thank our sponsors, obviously Tadaro Pizza, 864-603-3500. Chris Pryor, Service Realty, 864-380-0525. And Plumbing in Pink, Rusty and Lynn Greer, 864-735-7014.
They're
Thank you all.
spitting everywhere.
Listen, Linda. I want to thank everybody who is watching, and we'll see you all next week.
We love football!
Have a great night.
Go Heels.